Welcome back here today on the beautiful campus of Florida Panhandle Technical College. Another in our series of explaining to you as our viewer exactly what we do here on the campus. We have Sheterika and Lauren here with us today. They are both enrolled in the cosmetology program. When we come back, we're going to talk to Sheterika and Lauren about just that, the cosmetology program. Kim Miller, who is currently the instructor of that program, and all that is offered here on the campus. Many people don't realize how relatively easy it is to get financial aid, how they can enjoy a dual enrollment as high schoolers, how they can enjoy open enrollment in our classes. If you're not quite ready when a class is ready to start, many of these classes you can start at any point in the course of the year and just simply come up to speed with the rest of the class over time. So when we come back, we're going to let Sheterika and Lauren express to you in their own words exactly what they've experienced right here at Florida Panhandle Technical College. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guests today are Sheterika and Lauren. Thanks for taking the time. I know that sometimes it's nice to get out of the class for a little while, but I appreciate you coming over and being part of the interview.
Well, thank you for asking us.
Sheterika, how long have you been in the program itself? When did you start?
I started in August, in the August course.
Okay. So how long is the program total?
It's 1,200 hours, so we should be
about a year?
Yeah, about a year.
Okay.
It's about a year long.
So you're looking maybe at the end of next summer to be done?
Yeah, at the end of next summer, early August, somewhere up in there.
And what led you to cosmetology?
I love hair. I love everything about hair. It's always been something that I wanted to get into. I never really wanted to be in a salon, so to speak. I wanted to do more of making lace fronts and full lace wigs and hair pieces, so to speak, versus being in a booth and, with clients. But it's not completely ruled out. It's just my preference to want to actually make lace wigs.
Well, interesting. And I think that you would probably be well served going in that direction. There's probably a whole lot less competition than there would be for the person who works, like you say, in that booth.
Right.
Lauren, how did you find out about Florida Panhandle Technical College and ultimately the cosmetology program?
My aunt was actually a student here. When she retired from the Navy, they moved out there into Vernon, New Hope, and she has taken cabinetry here.
Wouldn't be Annette Lanham, would it?
I'm sorry, yes, that's Annette Lanham.
I know Annette and Tim very well.
Yep. They're the best. They're awesome. But she had told me about it and told me there was a cosmetology program, and I've always been, into hair and makeup and especially coloring and like the skin aspect of it. That's what I like is possibly maybe working in a spa and doing that line. So skincare and maintenance and all of that.
Okay.
But that's how I found out about it, was through Annette.
Well, you've got great complexion, so I can see where that would be easy.
She does.
It's hard to sell somebody a product unless you can exhibit it yourself. And so I would imagine, so you're talking about getting into aesthetics as an esthetician?
Yes, I have thought about that, and I like the spa aspect where it's calm and relaxing, and like she said, there's a lot of competition, and I also like the idea of working in a wig-only salon, because I think for me it kind of gives you the ability to expand a little bit more and be a little more creative, and there's a little more room for error because you're not working on an actual human head. You're able to kind of tweak it and mess with it over a period of time instead of just 30, 45 minutes in the chair.
Yeah, and Annette and Tim, good examples of people who took advantage of the school.
Yep.
In their case, they used their VA benefits, and they took several classes, as you point out. Actually, we do a lot of work with them over time and think a lot of them. Sheterika, did you take advantage of any of the financial aid in order to be able to attend?
Yes, I did. I really relied on whatever resources I could in order to help assist me in the class, because being a single mother is kind of, you try to save as much as you can. Yeah. So I try to use whatever outlet I can in order to pursue my career in cosmetology. So I did.
So you qualified for Pell Grant?
Yes.
Okay. Talk a little bit about how that experience was, the way that you registered, if you used it online or came into student services. Talk a little bit about how that maybe was easy or not.
It was very easy. Anything that, it's really step by step, and it's fairly simple. I mean, they give very specific questions, and it's not hard to fill out at all. And if it is, they have help. There's an assistant in there helping you fill out the form online the entire time. So it's not hard to do at all. It's always someone, willing to help and assist you. So it's not rocket science.
Yeah, and whether you take advantage of the Pell grants or our foundation here also gives scholarships. Our foundation in particular doesn't want any student who wants to attend not to be able to do so because of financial restrictions.
Right.
Lauren, did you take advantage of some of those opportunities as well?
I did. I also have the Pell Grant. So I actually still had a FAFSA account from a couple of years ago when I attended a technical college in Georgia. So they already had my information in there. So for me, I just had to update some of it and bring them in a couple of proof of, living here in Florida. And it was really easy. And like she said, there was always somebody to help you. Any questions you had, you could call, you could come in. I came in and did it because I'm more of a visual learner. So
Sure.
Me to just sit there and do it online, I wanted to make sure I got done right the first time. But yeah.
And you expressed how easy that part of it was. What, if anything, has been a challenge, Lauren, since you've been here, and what have you found to be the most difficult part of being here at the school?
Well, it certainly wasn't applying for financial aid. I think for me, it was getting back into the classroom mindset because it's had been almost 10 years since I was in a classroom, since I was 16. So that was the hardest part for me. It was getting back into that and, establishing a routine and making my schedule work around the school schedule. And they've been great about helping me with my specific scheduling needs for right now. So.
And Sheterika, same question. What have you found to be one of the more challenging parts of being here at the school?
Getting out of the bed in the morning. I'm serious.
Yeah.
That is the most. I'm an early bird, but I don't know. It's just something about it because normally, beforehand where it was school and it was like, okay, I have to get up at this time. Beforehand, it wasn't like a necessity. I had to get up at a certain time. Now it's like, okay, I have got to be out of the bed by 6:15. I cannot press the snooze past 6:15. So the class itself is extremely easy. We have a wonderful instructor who's always there to help us or guide us in any way to show us a more time-efficient way of doing it, a more productive way of doing it. The class itself is not hard. It's really not hard, especially if it's something that you want to do. If you have a heart for something, you're going to do it. It's just a matter of actually, applying yourself. It's not hard at all, though.
I think you actually gave me a trim, a haircut.
I did.
Just a few weeks ago. A lot of people don't realize that the cosmetology program is open to the public and that you can come in, you can make an appointment. Many times, if the circumstances line up right, you can just walk in and get a haircut, a trim, color job, whatever it is. Very reasonable prices. More importantly, it gives you students a real world opportunity to deal with the process, whether it's a cut or a perm or a color. But even beyond that, and the thing that really gets my attention is the fact that you deal with real world situations where you're dealing with a personality.
Yep.
Right.
Lauren, have you had a situation where you dealt with a customer coming in where it was a less than favorable outcome that you had to deal with?
Not yet. So far, everything that I've attempted to do has ended up the way that I wanted it to come out, and everybody's been happy so far. So, but I think that for me, I think that's the greatest thing about this particular program is, Mr. Miller had told us when he was learning how to do this, that they did not have real life customers coming in to let them to work on. So he didn't get that practice. He graduated, passed his test, and he was in a salon. And I think that's the best part is that they get to come in and we get to do it on a real person and the mannequins and gain all of that experience and, like you said, dealing with different types of personalities. Luckily, I don't think anybody's had anybody who was too over the top or too rude, but and I've had nothing but nice customers. But I think that's the best part is that they get to come in and we get to work on real life people.
Yeah, I'm glad you said not yet, because in a perfect world, you'll be happy, they'll be happy, they'll pay their bill and they'll leave. And that will continue on through the rest of your career. However, regardless of how well you do your job, you're always going to have those people that are a little bit difficult to please. And even if you do exactly what it is they want, they're still going to have something to talk about. So, but I think that because you actually are in a salon environment, you're not in a classroom with books and a computer. You have that part of it as well. But more importantly, you've got, what is there, 15 chairs in there or something like that? A dozen chairs?
Yeah, at least. 15,
it's like working in a large salon where you have to not just please the customer, but you also have to get along with everybody else. You have to deal with drama. You have to deal with personalities, and sometimes a lot more than you care to. But don't you think that being thrown into that melting pot is really good, Sheterika?
For me, I believe that as far as the drama and all of that, I believe you only get consumed in drama if you put yourself in drama. It's possible to be in a room full of messy people and not be messy. I say it like this: people are going to do whatever they want to do regardless of if you're a part of it or not. So why not just keep your hands clean and just let them do what they're going to do? We're not here. I don't mind, establishing friendships with people, and because at the end of the day, it's nice to just be nice. I mean, you're not being charged for it. It's okay to be nice. But at the same time, I'm not about to get into all this foolishness with you. I'm here the same reason you are. I want to get my license and get out of here. It's not about, well, who's mad at this one this week, and that's nonsense. I left that in high school. That's crazy. Just come here to do what you're going to do, make the customers happy, and move on with life. It's real simple. It only becomes drama when you feed it.
Yep.
And well said. A couple of the students from the electrical program pointed out that in one case, one of the guys had to drive right by Chipola in order to get here. And I was kind of curious why he didn't go to Chipola. And he said, well, the reason primarily was because he discovered after looking into the program that they spent the first 6 months reading books. Here, within the first week, they were turning screwdrivers. They were learning real world.
Hands-on.
They were getting shocked once in a while, but they were making mistakes that caused accidents. But they were able to learn. What better way to learn than by making a mistake?
Right.
And you would like to think you don't make it because you make somebody's hair purple when they ask for pink, but nonetheless, mistakes do happen.
It will happen.
And what better way to learn than to make those and to grow as people? Lauren, if you had the opportunity to run into somebody that you hadn't seen in a long time, and they said, what are you doing, Lauren? And you thought that maybe that the school in one of our 40 various programs would be of benefit, what would you say to that person?
Well, I mean, I definitely would encourage anybody who's looking to, I think that because it is a very hands-on situation, and most of the classrooms, from what I understand, are like that, where within the first week or two, you're out there and you're working on somebody's hair or turning screwdrivers or working on somebody's vehicle, even if it's just changing the oil and doing something, that's easy. I think that's what I would stress the most. Is a lot of people don't want to sit in that classroom. And so I would tell them, if you were to come here, you would be doing whatever it is you're learning about very quickly. It is a lot of hands-on experience, and that's what you're going to get here. And that's my favorite part about it, and that's the part I would stress the most, is instead of sitting down and reading all the time, you're getting up and you're doing it.
All right.
And Sheterika, what would you offer that young adult who's looking for a change, who maybe is in a situation where they're maybe a single parent, or there's already been some years after high school that have passed, you get set in your ways, and you get responsibilities.
Right.
What would you say to that person maybe looking to retool their life and the opportunities that maybe would be afforded here?
My first advice would be to renew your mind, because when you step into a new environment of any sort, you are going to have a made-up mind to do whatever it is that you're doing. If you're coming into this and you're not really sure what you want to do, then it probably won't last for you. Whatever it is that you are deciding to step into, make sure it is what you want to do, because as you said, if it's already been years or time wasted, you don't know how much time you have left. So make the most of the time that you have. And then once you've made up your mind of what it is that you want to do, find what it is that you do second nature. What comes second nature to you? That's going to be your passion. Whatever comes second nature to you, you tap into that and you build that and you perfect it, and that's what you go into. Do what makes you happy. Do the thing that you want to do that it really wouldn't matter if you got paid to do it or not, because it's in your heart to do. You know what I'm saying? It would be a lot more fulfilling if you stepped into that.
Right.
And I would definitely persuade them to come here because, like you said, I mean, you're on the floor within your first week. You have that opportunity to go out there on the floor. I mean, and in cosmetology, if he sees that you're going out there, okay, Mr. Miller, is it a new client in, or is it anybody I can work on? If he sees that you have that go-getter mentality, then he's going to put you out there. And what better way to learn than, you know, having hands-on experience with people who are coming in, and at least this way, if you dye somebody's hair purple instead of pink, that you're in a classroom and they know there's no legally binding contract for me to make your hair purple. I'm still a student, even though that's not the motive, but it's a little bit more room for error, and you're growing and learning at the same time versus being in a salon and making someone's hair purple and they ask for pink, and it's kind of like, no, it's a contract that says you're supposed to do what I say do, and anything less than you can get in trouble for it. So I think it's just, I think it would be best, you know, to come here and learn and have hands-on experience while you're going to pursue the thing you love most.
Well said again. Is there anything else that you would add?
No, just have a made-up mind and come ready to work. Yeah. Come ready to work, because when you come with this negative attitude, it drains not only you but everybody else around you. Have a made-up mind to do what it is that you want to do, because negativity is contagious.
And you can tell, especially with us in that classroom, who wants to be there and who's just there to be
for a Pell Grant,
or because they felt like they needed to do something. I mean, you can tell who's wanting to be out there and really trying to learn, as opposed to who is just there.
Well, and unfortunately, you do have some people that abuse the system, and as you point out, just for that check. Luckily, we don't have many, and what we find here is that many instructors will really have an in-depth conversation that lasts for some time with a prospective student to find out, is that student really suited for this industry? Are they really somebody who's going to be able to live by my rules as an instructor? Are they somebody who is going to be serious about being here in school? Because the good thing about a technical college or any college or institute of higher learning is that people are there because they want to be. It's not like high school where you're legally supposed to be there, and by God, you're going to hate it every minute of it, and you're going to act out, and you saw a lot of that when you're in high school. Here, we're all adults. We're adults of different ages, but at the end of the day, we're all adults. We're making our own decisions, and we're here because we want to be. So you hope that those things take care of themselves. Do you find that the peer pressure amongst the other students quickly either changes somebody's attitude or gets rid of them if they're not there for the right reasons? I mean, do you find that, especially in a group like the cosmetologists, because you are a strong, large group of women, very opinionated in some cases. So the opportunity for drama is there, but also the opportunity to learn from each other is there.
Right.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, it can be. With me, I think if you don't have a made-up mind, yes, it will somehow kind of deter you from wanting to stay in the class, and it can be a bit much. It really can. But honestly, I just try my best to keep myself busy. Or if I sense the drama, I'm like that naturally. I'll just separate myself from it. I don't mix in it. Period.
And we've seen, since we started, I mean, maybe 6 people come in and be there for a little bit and then decide this is not their thing and leave. And like she said, I think that, I mean, when you're in a classroom of 20 plus women, there's going to be drama. There's somebody's going to be upset with somebody. Somebody's going to be having talked about somebody else. And she and I, we both try to avoid a lot of it. You know, I mean, it's fine to be nice to everybody and, you know, to talk and chit chat and talk and be friendly and be friends. But at the end of the day, I don't have enough time for that. You know, I'm there to learn something. So I think that we've definitely seen, though, some of these girls come in, and I don't know why they decided to leave, but if they have decided to leave on their own, then it's probably for the best, you know.
Thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your experiences. We're going to try to revisit with you at some point closer to your graduation dates and see if we can't get some more information and possibly even get you to come back at some point when you're successfully employed and talk about the value that you received right here at Florida Panhandle Technical College. So thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our guests today have been Sheterika and Lauren, talking in this case about the cosmetology program, just one of over 40 degree and certification programs available right here on the Florida Panhandle Technical College campus. If you'd like to find out more, you can go to our website located at fptc.edu. You can certainly go to our Facebook page, Florida Panhandle Technical College on Facebook, or you can stop right here on Hoyt Street, go to Student Services, watch for the big logo in the admin building here on Hoyt Street. Go in there, you can set up an appointment to interview instructors. If you would like to be the one deciding the rest of your future, you're welcome to come here and talk to our instructors, talk to some of the students, find out what we can do for you. As we like to say, a career in a year, one life, 1 year, one great career. We'll be right back.